So you're finally ready to build your website for your photography or your video portfolio. You're ready to get it out there so the world can come and see your work and you can start making some sales. Well, that's great news because in today's video, I'm going to be going over different website builders, the pros and cons, the limitations that you might have running into some of them, and how you can go about setting it all up step by step. So let's just jump into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jonathan Moore. I'm a photographer, filmmaker, and a creative entrepreneur, and I like to make videos like these for other creatives out there who are trying to build a life on their terms and get it how they live. So if that sounds like something that you're into, feel free to check out some of the other videos on my channel and even consider subscribing. So in today's video, I'm going to be addressing some of the best website builders that you can use to get your portfolio up and running. So the main three things that I'll be going over today is buying your domain name, setting up a hosting plan, and the different website builders that you can use to build your creation, get it looking how you want it for something that's reflective of your style, and that's also going to accomplish the goals that you're trying to reach. So first things first, let's buy the domain name. Now, my suggestion is that you always go and you buy your own domain name. Now, there's a couple of different websites that you can use to do this. You know, the popular ones are like GoDaddy, Namecheap, Bluehost, HostGator. There's a plethora of them out there. Buying a domain name is going to cost you about 10 to 20 bucks. They usually don't cost a lot, but you always want to buy your domain name first. And I'll explain later on in the video why this is so important. Now, the next step after you buy your domain name is you want to set up your hosting. So think of it as in two ways. Your domain name is like the digital land, right? It's like your land that you just bought. That's the domain name. Now, your hosting is the house that you're going to put on the land. So this is going to be where people can come and see your work and check out everything that you got going on. They can get in contact with you, etc., etc. So buying your domain name basically is just reserving that domain name so nobody else can use it. And then your hosting is what makes it live on the internet so that when people type in that domain name, they actually have a website that they're viewing. Now, there's two ways to go about buying your hosting. You can buy an outright hosting plan. You can buy that from the same type of websites like GoDaddy, HostGator, Bluehost. I don't know about Namecheap, but you probably can buy a hosting plan there as well. And the second way you can do it is by going through a website builder. So a website builder would be something like a Weebly, a Wix, Squarespace, Format. These are website builders. Now they provide other services like hosting and buying a domain name as well. But this is for the second step, which is hosting. So you can either buy it outright or you can buy it through a website provider. Now, if you buy the hosting outright, you're probably going to use a platform like WordPress. WordPress allows you to build websites. They have all types of plugins. WordPress is basically like the ultimate website builder. It does take longer to learn how to use the platform, but it will have more longevity down the road, depending on how involved you're trying to be with your website. If you have a developer or you're going to have somebody else design the website for you, WordPress might be the way to go. But if you're doing it yourself, you just want to have drag and drop templates that look good and fit your style and your personality, and you just want to make some adjustments here and there, then you're probably going to go with the second option, which is using a website builder. And like I said, those website builders are Squarespace, Wix, Weebly, Format, etc., etc. There's a bunch of them out there. Now, when it comes to the website builders, you have really two options, right? You have WordPress, like I said, which takes longer to learn, but is fully customizable, right? If you're a programmer or you know how to code, then you might want to go with WordPress, all right? Now, to be fair, WordPress does offer different templates that you can drag and drop, but it is going to be more involved. Like I said, it takes longer to set up, but it will be the cheapest option that will give you the most customization, because no matter where you're trying to take that website, whether you're just starting off as a portfolio or then eventually you want to offer some type of e-commerce where people can buy stuff off you, whether they're buying prints or they're buying merch or whatever the case may be, then WordPress is a good way to go because it will give you longevity down the road, but it does take longer to get set up. There's a lot of different plugins, which is essentially a third-party service that allows you to do different things, but it is going to be your cheapest option. It's going to take the longest to set up, but it has the most longevity out of it, depending on what you're trying to do. Now, if you just want to get up and running within an hour, you want to use a website builder like Squarespace, which is what I personally use. You can use Wix, you can use Weebly, you can use Format. They're all going to be designed a little bit differently to fit your goals and suit your needs of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Now, if you're looking to get up and running, within an hour or so, you're going to want to go with the website builders like Squarespace, Wix, Weebly, Format. They all vary on the, options that they offer depending on what you're trying to accomplish. Now, I myself use Squarespace, and basically I use my website as just a portfolio. I'm not selling prints on there. I'm not doing e-commerce or any of those type of things. It's just a place for people to come, check out my work, and then also get in contact with me and let me know about any upcoming projects that they may have. So in the description of this video, there will be a link to my website if you want to go check it out, just so you know it was built with Squarespace. Now, when it comes to using these different website builders, okay, there are going to be limitations. For one part is mostly they work on a tiered system. So basically they charge you on a tiered scale. So if you just want a basic website, it might be $5 or $10. All right. If you want to do an e-commerce website, it might be $20. If you want to do X, Y, and Z, it might be $40, $50. They usually go on a monthly basis. You can usually pay annually, to get a discount, but usually that's how they go. Also with these website builders, they are the ones that usually provide your hosting. So like I said in the beginning of the video, you always want to buy the domain name first. So this way you own it outright. Now with these website builders, they'll allow you to not only get hosting, but they'll allow you to purchase a domain name. Now, my recommendation is you never, ever, ever want to purchase a domain name through these website builder websites. The reason being is that one day if you decide to pick up your website and move it to a different hosting platform, so let's just say, for example, for me, I have my website hosted on Squarespace right now. Now, what if one day I decide, I'm going to pick up my website. I'm going to move it over to, my SiteGround hosting. I'm going to build a new website, etc., etc. If I were to have purchased my domain name through Squarespace, then essentially Squarespace would own the domain name, and then I would have to, get it from them instead of me owning that domain name outright and being able to move that domain to any type of hosting platform that I want. It's the same thing, right? Like if I'm using Squarespace, and then all of a sudden I decide, I want to use Weebly. As long as I own the domain name, I can always point that, the different hosting platforms to that domain name. But if you were to buy it through a website builder, then when it comes time that you maybe want to move that domain name or do something different, that can become problematic in the future. So with all this being said, the next step is for you to go out there and to start building your website. And you have to determine which platform is best for you. If you want to keep it simple, you want to go with a website builder because they give you the drag and drop templates. It's just nice and easy to plug in. You find something that you like, boom, 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 you're done. You can be up and running within an hour or two. Once again, the downfall with the website builders are you're going to have limit customization. So, you can't do exactly every and anything that you want, even if you do know how to code. But if that's not what you're looking for, you're not looking to be super involved or super technical about every single thing, you just want to have it up and running, then you want to check out a website builder like Squarespace, like Wix, like Weebly, like Format, depending on what it is that you're trying to accomplish with your personal website. If you're looking to go the full custom route, you want to have complete control, you want to get the best bang for your buck, then you're going to want to go with something like a WordPress. As I stated before, WordPress is harder to use initially when you're just getting started. I have, experience with both, Squarespace and WordPress. I've built websites from the ground up, and I've also used drag and drop templates. Now, like I said, WordPress is going to give you the best bang for your buck in the long run. It's going to take longer to set up, but it's going to pay for itself in the long run. If you're okay with taking the time to learn how to build it up, like I said, it'll take you longer to get up and running, but once you get the flow down, it's not as difficult as it may seem. Also with WordPress, you're gonna have complete control. You can fully customize it, do whatever it is. So if you know some type of coding, or you're gonna have a developer work on your website, when it comes to WordPress, they can essentially do whatever you wanna do. So with all that being said, hopefully this was helpful in helping you determine which website builder that you're gonna go with. I'll be leaving links in the description down below so you guys can do some more research and figure out what's best for you. Like I said, I use Squarespace because they got really nice templates and I just wanted something simple. I've used WordPress, I've built websites from the ground up, but for my portfolio, I wasn't particularly looking to do that. I just needed something simple, clean, and easy to use that I can go in, easily adjust, and have up and running within like an hour or so. So hopefully you found this video useful and helpful, and if so, please give me a like, drop me a comment, let me know what's going on with you guys right now. And for all my people out there who are trying to build a life on their terms and get it how they live, this is your man, Jonathan Moore, and I'm signing out. Peace.